Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear club representatives and participants, respective guests from CONCACAF and UEFA. Welcome to beautiful Kuala Lumpur, home of Asian Football Confederation. My name is Ahmed, AFC Competitions Manager, and I'll be your MC for today. So after several years of meeting you all online, we are very happy to see you here in person, and we hope that you had a good and enough rest and ready for today's AFC Cup 2023-2024 workshop. So before I proceed further, I would like to remind you some housekeeping rules that please put your phones to the silent mode, and you can ask any questions after the presentations during the Q&A session. So without any further ado, we would like to give a floor to Mr. Avazbek Berdekulov, Deputy Director of Competitions and Football Events Division, to officially open today's workshop and share with us the review of AFC Cup 2022 and give us insight to AFC Cup 2023-2024 editions. Mr. Avazbek, please, the floor is yours.
Greetings to all of our colleagues. I see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces as well, including new participants in our competition. Welcome, Australia. So we are having and expanding our competition in the years working together. At the moment, we have in this edition 26 member associations participating, and this year, as you know, we will have 33 clubs participating in the competition, 9 groups, and then we have at the moment 33 clubs, and we will have 36 clubs participating in the 9 groups, and we look forward for the last matches which will be played today among 6 clubs to confirm the last 3 positions in our AFC Cup edition. I would like to thank you all for joining us today at this seminar, and it's very happy to host you here at the AFC House. And tomorrow we will witness together the draw for our AFC Cup group stage, and I hope all of you will get the desired draw for your competition ahead. Since it was founded in 2004, this will be the last edition of AFC Cup, because as you know, we are revamping our competition system, and we will be soon introducing 3-tier competition starting from the next season. Although it is the last edition, which is 19th by the count, we look forward to make it the best ever among all these previous editions, and we look forward for some exciting matches from all these 30-odd clubs participating in this event. It's a competition we all can be proud, and outside, as you can see, we have displayed our trophy, and I saw some of you taking photos, and I wish the best among you we get to keep the trophy at the end of the season. Speaking of which, for the first time now, we are not starting competition according to the calendar year, but we have changed it to different year, and we will be now playing in autumn-spring calendar for the first time ever. Also, we have changed our foreign player quota in our competition, and we have seen the fruits in the preliminary matches played earlier, and during group stage as well, we look forward to see representation by different nations without having any more restrictions of 3+1 as we did in the previous edition. It's very important today that we are all gathered here, we put our hands together and pay attention to the details which will be presented to you, and believe me, there are a lot of interesting information for you to take back from this event. And we have also invited our colleagues from CONCACAF and our colleagues from UEFA, who will be giving their presentation of own to give you some understanding of different confederations, because working together hand in hand, we believe we can achieve it better. And they also have their own club competitions, they also have their own approach. Some football events we already know very well, some football events maybe we are not very well aware of. Today you will see different angles from 2 different confederations as well, and I hope this will also help to broaden your understanding of the football, how it is developing all over the world. Each of you will play an important role in our competition, and we'll be happy to provide you the support during the competition. Please take our contacts, and we also keep your contacts with us. And during the season, all the way until next May, let's communicate to each other. I don't think there is any issue we cannot solve together. Of course, there will be some obstacles, life is beautiful with obstacles, but I think if we work hand in hand, we'll solve it together. During these preliminary stage matches and playoff stage matches, we already had some challenges. There were visa issues, delay of flights, we had to change some match schedules, there were weather forecast problems, we had to delay some of the matches because of the rain, we had some cooling breaks which extended a little bit longer than we wanted, there were some controversies for the referee decisions, complaints from the teams, we also received some protests. So season has not started yet, but we had already full set of all arrangements, and we look forward to this excitement, and we are ready for this challenge as AFC. But from your side as well as clubs, please keep your communication channel open. Reach out to us if you have any questions or any comments to be made, and when we communicate with you as well, please come back to us with the deadlines provided to you, because it is a team effort, and one person delaying one activity may have big effect in the competition. A lot of details will be shared during the workshop as I explained to you, and we want to make sure that we have good cooperation together during the coffee break times, get to know each other. Unfortunately, you don't know your opponents yet, but at least you know teams from your zones. So this is a good chance for you to meet fellow team managers, get experience from each other, exchange business cards with you, so we can keep each other communicating during the competition period. I'm happy to have all the support from you. So far, all arrangements are good. Registration has started, and I think you have already completed your parts, and we look forward to have proper registration for the competition as well. We have some questions to different clubs, but we are reaching out to you as we speak, and we are clarifying the pending matters. I wish all of us fruitful workshop, especially for you. Enjoy beautiful Kuala Lumpur. I know some of you came from the cold Australia, and some of you came from very hot West countries, but I think Kuala Lumpur provides the middle of everything. That's why AFC is located here. We are heart of Asia and in the middle of Asia. To any part of Asia, it's almost similar distance. Enjoy your stay in Kuala Lumpur. You are located in city center. Walk around when you have time. Just if you have not been in Kuala Lumpur, please familiarize yourself. And tomorrow, please be ready to have a visit to our AFC house, which is home of Asian football, which is your home as well. And we will speak about the draw and draw results tomorrow after the draw. Speaking of this, now let me allow me to start the workshop with giving you some brief information, and I would like to go into introduction of our competition with some generic information to break the ice. 2022 season, it was an interesting season. It was played as normal calendar year. It started in April and it concluded in October here in Kuala Lumpur. All of us AFC staff, including myself, we were here in this final match, which was played between host Kuala Lumpur City and eventual winner of the competition, Al-Sib from Oman. You can see them in this photo, and it was a beautiful final, amazing match, and we are really proud of it. As winner of AFC Cup, Al-Sib got the chance to play in the playoff of AFC Champions League this season. Also, they were knocked out already, but they gave a very good fight against Uzbek club, which eventually ended up qualifying to the group stage. So AFC Cup level is almost catching up with AFC Champions League, and that's why we are making some reformation later on, which will be explained in the next slides. In overall, we have played preliminary stage and playoff stage matches, total 5 matches, because it depends on the number of clubs in entry. And then we played in centralized format. If you look at our competition logo, which is on the left side, we have 5 ribbons. It represents 5 zones in AFC. We have West Zone, we have ASEAN, South, Central, and East. So each zone is represented in the competition logo in the 5 ribbons. So each zone has its own color, and all zones will have their own champions. And only champions of each zone will play against each other. That's our format in simple explanation, and I'm sure you all are very well aware of the format. Because of the technical level, which was advised by our technical study groups, West has a stronger points, and therefore winner of the West zone plays against the winner of other interzone final. So that's how our competition structure is put together for the competition. This year, we have already started our preliminary and playoff stage. We don't have the photo of the winner yet. So actually, when we update and share this presentation with you, we can put the group photo of you sitting here, because one of you will eventually be the winner of this competition later in May. And we already started preliminary stage and playoff stage, total of 13 matches. And today we will have last 3 matches to be played in the ASEAN and East Zone, if I'm not mistaken. 2 matches will be in ASEAN and 1 match in East Zone. Then we will know all 36 participating clubs, and tomorrow we'll conduct draw to divide them into 9 groups, zone by zone. Group stage will be played in home and away format. There will be 6 matches per club. Previous years we did not play 6 matches. Some years we play only 3 matches. Some years we only play centralized venues, not even home and away. And even one year we cancelled AFC Cup completely because of the COVID restrictions. But now I'm happy that we are coming back full throttle. I'm happy that we are going to have our competition in full swing, and we look forward to have the best matches and best results during these group stage events. It will run from 18 September and 14 December, and I will give you the brief on details on the next slide. Knockout stage will be moved to next year, so our season will be divided into half. This year we will play all group stage matches. Next year we will play all knockout stage matches. And our final will be played on 5 May, and we still believe AFC Cup will be better delivered with single final, which will be hosted now by winner of West Zone because of rotation. So last time West Zone traveled to play away match, Oman team came here to the winner of Interzone final, Kuala Lumpur. Now winner of Interzone final will travel to West Zone on 5 May 2024. New season for us have a lot of new challenges. As I mentioned, it is the last edition of our competition. However, we have new activities and new events for you. It will be home and away format brought back for after long break. So this is very good news for us to be proud of. We also have increased our foreign player quota from 3+1 to 5+1, which means almost half, actually more than half of your team can be foreigners. So it doesn't limit you to have only your local players. And we also apply new laws of the game in the competition, which was introduced for 2023 season. And we will have group stage draw after completion of playoff for the first time. Previously, we used to do group stage matches, draw even before playoff matches played, but now we are moving forward to make it a little bit exciting to do the group stage draw after having all 36 clubs confirmed. These are the results of preliminary matches, and I congratulate teams who are present here today. So we have first match played on 8 August, and Nepal club defeated club from Bhutan 3-2, and it was, as you can see, very tight match. And in the next matches played in the same zone, we had winner Mohan Bagan, our Nepal club, and then we had Abahani Limited defeating Club Eagles from Maldives. So here are the results for your reference, and congratulations for the teams who achieved the success in these preliminary stage matches. Merv as well hosted Ally at home, and they defeated them in this match, and later on they even ended up winning the next match and qualifying to the group stage. Cambodia and Myanmar representatives successfully defeated their opponents as well, and they will be playing tonight to decide if they can qualify to the group stage. So these are the matches we have in our system, and as you can see, Bahrain club yesterday at home lost to Oman representative. Congratulations to Al Nahda. And we also have Al-Ahli from Syria playing in a neutral venue in Saudi Arabia, defeating Shabab Al-Khalid from Palestine. And of course, Indian Mohan Bagan Super Giants defeated Abahani Limited 3-1, qualifying to the group stage. And Hojan lost at home to FC Merv in a very tight match played yesterday. So we have 3 more matches remaining between Singapore and Cambodia teams, Indonesia and Myanmar, and in the East Zone we have representative from Macau and Chinese Taipei playing later today. This is our competition calendar, how it looks like. We put it together with Champions League matches. As you can see, AFC is introducing now Football Week. So every time we play club competition, it will be the same days, not previously different days of the week for AFC Cup and different days of the week for Champions League. So light blue here is AFC Cup matches, and blue, dark blue is the Champions League matches. The dates of the week are allocated based on each zone's requests. For instance, as you can see in the West, predominantly in the Middle East countries, we have Friday and Saturday as a weekend, while in East we have Saturday and Sunday as a weekend, so which has also been taken into consideration. So we play matches on Sunday, on Monday, Tuesday, and throughout whole week, as you can see in this slide. I want you to pay attention to our calendar. So we divide our calendar 2023-2024. So actually this slash between the years divides the year into 2 halves. So we have first half until end of December and second half starting from January. So this is our calendar, how it looks like. And for AFC Cup matches, we already played preliminary stage and playoff match stage in August, as you can see. So it is already completed. And in September, we'll have match day 1. So all groups will play their match day 1 starting from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 September. And this will be the dates divided after the draw, depending on commercial requirements, stadium availability, and zone specifics for each respective zone. And we will have 2 matches in October, match day 2 at the beginning of October, and match day 3 at the end of October. But in between, we still give 2 weeks. We don't play any of our matches back to back in order to give enough time for you to have your league matches. And this schedule was actually shared a couple of years back already, so it has already been incorporated into your respective schedules accordingly. Also in November, we will have match day 4 and match day 5 with 2 weeks gap in between. And in December, we will have match day 6, completing all group stage for all 9 groups. Starting from February, we will have semi-finals for West and ASEAN, and also we'll have finals for Central, South, and ASEAN, depending on the format. So, for instance, for Central, we don't need to have final, if I'm not mistaken, because that's only one group. So this is generic calendar for you, but the specifics will be shared with you after the draw tomorrow. In March, we will have interzone semi-finals, 2 leg matches, and every leg will be hosted by each respective team qualifying for this interzone semi-final. And in April, we will have interzone and West Zone finals. So it will be home and away match again. And in May, as I mentioned, the decided day is 5th May, which is Sunday. We will play AFC Cup final to be hosted at the West Zone. So this is our schedule, how it looks like for 23 and 24 season. Few updates for you, some financial provisions. AFC Cup competition is supporting teams for their travel, and we are providing travel contribution for every team. Regardless of your travel to any country, we provide you this financial provision, but keep in mind that you are traveling within your zone. For instance, as we can see yesterday, Omani club playing with Bahrain club in Bahrain, so it is not very far distance if you look for whole Asia, but we still provide these subsidies without the travel distance taken into consideration. So preliminary playoff group stage, all matches, team gets confirmed set of 40,000 USD to be used by them as they seem fit, and it's identified for travel contribution for you to use for your flight tickets. There will be cases you may exceed this money, I understand, especially now I think with Australian clubs coming in, I looked at the amount will be maybe seem not big enough, but there will be cases for most of the clubs, I can say for majority of clubs, that we don't even reach half or maybe 2/3 of this amount. So anyway, this is what we have already agreed and committed for each participating club. And starting from knockout stage, as I explained in the calendar from next year, you will be having 60,000 for travel contribution, because this involves little bit further travel according to our calculation, because there are some matches between the zones involved. Prize money, same like last year, we are proud to confirm that champion will be receiving 1.5 million USD, and this is a significant increase comparing to a few years back. And also runners-up will have the half of this amount, and zonal champion of each zone, 5 clubs, will receive 100,000 each after becoming champion of their respective zone. So this is financial structure looks in a basic format to put it, but there are more details in the competition regulation, and we would like you to pay attention and have a look at it. This concludes my introduction and key points. Pay attention to the presentation by my colleagues in the next slides, and I'm also here at the back available to introduce myself to you later on, and we'll be providing you all the support needed, hopefully to have the best AFC Cup, to be the last AFC Cup we have. Thank you for your attention, and all the best with the competition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Avazbek. So now, after having some insights on how AFC Cup 2022 edition took place and how AFC Cup 2023-2024 edition will take place, now we'll move forward and we'll delve into the competition matters, where we're looking closely to competition regulations updates and obligations. And therefore, I would like to give a floor to very close colleague of mine, Mr. Senior Competitions Manager, AFC Football Events Division Department, Mr. Lee Seung-min.
Very good morning, everyone. Good to see old friends here, and nice to meet you, new friends. And we are gonna have a long journey from next month till the next year, May. So let me explain, going through the new competitions updates, regulations update, new changes from last year's season. And then there are some things you may ask during the competition, or you need to know before you fly out to the away match, or you're hosting the teams from your home ground to your visiting teams. Okay, as we all know, competitions now return to home and away format. So till last year, last two seasons due to the COVID, we had a centralized competition, and then each group of 4 teams or 3 teams, they only play one time. But now we come back to the home and away. So we are playing away game and the home match. So each club will play 6 matches in the group stage. Okay, 6 matches, 3 home matches and 3 away matches. And then knockout stage will be all home and away format, except ASEAN Zonal semi-final, and then ASEAN Zone final, because ASEAN's groups will also have to play Inter-Zone semi-final and final. For zones with the 3 groups, which is ASEAN Zone and West Zone, the zonal semi-final pairings we have preset. So as you can see, if 2A or 2B, like second runner of the group A or B or C, is qualified to the best second place, then as you can see A and B and C groups. So if 2A qualifies to the semi-final, then you will play 1A play 1C and 1B play 2A, and then 1C top of group C play top of group A. For West Zone, group winners or club marked with the star to host second leg. For ASEAN zone, this star-marked club will host the match. And then knockout stage draw will determine pairings of the inter-zone semi-finals and the hosting sequence of zonal finals. Who will play the home match first? Who will play the second leg later? Inter-zone semi-finals and inter-zone finals. So knockout stage draw will be held in the after the group stage. Last group stage of the AFC Cup is the 14th of December. So we haven't set the date yet, but definitely after the last match day 6, we are going to have knockout stage draw. Then we'll decide the pairings and the hosting sequence. And the final, as Abbas mentioned before, this time will be hosted in West Zone. And then away goals, rules removed. So when you play special knockout stage, there's no home and away goal rules. So we just purely calculate based on how many goals you scored. And then 5 substitutions rule, you are already familiar with it. So we made it permanent in our regulations as well. Okay, there's something new also. Team official delegation. Till last year, you could have registered up to from 18 players to maximum 35 players, and then number of foreign players, there's no limit. This is last year, and then team officials. Till last season, you could have registered up to 12 team officials, but from this season, you can register up to 20 team officials. 11 is those sitting on the bench, and then 9 players will be sitting in the team technical seat. Once it comes to the player selection list, since we have added 2 more players, so you can see total players last year was 21, but on match day player selection list, now you could choose up to 23 players. So if this result, players on the bench become increased by 2 more players, so 12 players will be sitting on the bench. And 40 players also we mentioned before. Last year, till the last season, we said 3 plus 1, 30 foreign players, and then plus 1 AFC member association players. But now we changed it to 5 plus 1. So 23 players on match day, you can register up to 5 plus 1 foreign players. And then officials on the bench, since we increased the number of team officials, now 11 team officials is able to sitting on the bench. So each host club, to make sure minimum 21 is not a bench, team technical seat, which is 12 players and 9 officials, because team technical seat is located to the ideally behind of the each team bench, which is kind of extended team bench. So make sure those seats are available, especially behind of the each team A, team B bench. And then state list player to be considered as the non-AFC MM foreign players. We approach this case by case basis. We have received all the registration request, and then some clubs already start asking. So assigned manager will come back to you from next week. And then team officials is a long journey. We will play play 6 matches. So we are accepting. Of course, you send your head coach. You have to accept it. So each match, 24 hours before, just let us know. Then we will try to accept your request to replace team officials. It applies to the team manager, team media officer, any roles in the team official. If you have any reason, just let us know. Okay, disciplinary, this is also something new. I think it's good for you. Suspensions from cautions in separate matches increased from 2 cautions to 3 cautions. Means previous year, 2 yellow card. next match you miss. So from this season, 3 yellow card, you'll miss the match day 5, as you can see. So 3 separate yellow in 3 different matches. They only missed 1 matches. Refresh stage for cautions before group stage. Knockout stage means once if you have 2 single yellow during the group stage, once it comes to the round of 16, then we'll remove the 2 yellow card. And then from knockout stage, 2 matches from round of 16, and the other matches until before you reach the final matches. If you have still individual player have 2 yellow cards from 2 separate matches, then we'll refresh for the final. Protest fee increased from $500 to $1,000. Our colleagues from legal will explain why later stage. Okay, others. Official training. Both clubs wish to train in the same time. The match day is -1 on official training. We give away clubs give a priority so that they can adjust or familiar with your stadium. But this is fair because when you play away, you will have the same priority. Okay, some changes in media. Head coach ready to pass only in case there is no post-match press conference. This is to reduce the amount of the media activities for the head coaches after the match. So if there is a post-match press conference, head coach no longer need to pass this one, unless if they wanted to pass. And then maximum of 3 players and then 1 team official to participate in the flash interview after the match. The regulation was maximum 3 players, but now we have added 1 team officials. Of course, this is a maximum. Okay, match contributions we mentioned before. Total contribution for away clubs each match, it has been increased from 30K to 40K from this season for the group stage. Medals is a final. When you reach the final, then we'll give to 55 medals. Till the last season, we gave 50 medals. Okay, let's move on to the official training site. Okay, official training site, as a host, you have to give provide the official training site to the visiting team. So this official training site has to be in the no more than 30 minutes or 30 kilometers away from the accommodation of the visiting club, unless otherwise approved by AFC. I have seen all the hotels proposed by each clubs. Most of them actually location is within 30 minutes or 30 kilometers away from the visiting team clubs. So far we do not see any issues on this, but on match day, first match day of your host match, then our match commissioner will go and inspect each training site again. And then we reserve the right to refuse the nomination of the official training site, and then if necessary, we ask clubs to nominate alternative official training site. Official training site shall be made available at least match day -2 until match day. So once we are asking you to arrive match day -2 visiting teams, then once official visiting starts from match day -2, host club has to provide the training site to the visiting teams. And then during this period, from match day, this training site is not supposed to be used by other purpose or other matches unless there is a written permission from AFC. all the clubs must strictly follow the official training schedule decided during the match coordination meeting, which is to be held in the match day -1, normally in the morning. Then, if both clubs wish to train at the same time, as I mentioned before, away team will have a priority to play in their official training. Okay, once it comes to the stadium, okay, you all are licensed clubs. You are supposed to have all the stadium to meet our regulations and guidelines. So all the clubs already nominated the stadium. We have all the list, and then you are supposed to use this stadium during the all competitions. So all the clubs must play in their home match in the one and only one stadium approved by AFC throughout the competition. If you wish to change the stadium by any reason during the competition, then you have to provide evidence to AFC at least almost 30 days before. Then upon receipt of your evidence, then we AFC will make a decision whether you can change the venue temporarily or you have to stick with the original venue you proposed, depending on the situation or facilities given stadium you propose. Host club will ensure that no football matches or any other events or activities to be held from stadium during this official period from match day -2 to each match day +1, one day after the match, except the final. And AFC stadium, the stadium shall be delivered to the AFC for the exclusive use during this period. So just make sure nobody uses your stadium for any other purpose or event from match day -2, either match day +1. Till the play, something we also have to think about this. If you're hosting your match and then visitors are coming, you think the pitch condition is not good enough, please inform AFC and the away club and match officials before we all departure to the venue. If host club fails to comply, you fail to inform us before, the host club shall absorb all the cost incurred for the travel